And it's just extremely challenging as a third-party candidate with how we're viewed, that we're not viable. I hear it all the time that you're a libertarian, you're not a Republican or a Democrat. You're never going to make it. You're never going to do it.
Everybody that actually Governor Rauner, that's what Governor Rauner did. Guess what happened? Governor Rauner.
Mr. Pritzker's ally and puppet master, Mr. Madigan.
I haven't spent my time just pounding the phones and raising money because we want money out of politics. I want money out of politics.
When you go 2 years without a budget, let me remind everybody that, and that was under Governor Bruce Rauner. During the time period that Governor Rauner, just to remind you, because of Governor Rauner, because of Governor Bruce Rauner.
Mr. Pritzker, he is demonstrably part of the corruption. Mr. Pritzker is a fundamental part of that corruption.
What we need is...
We no longer have that.
And I thought to myself, you know what, if I can make just enough noise, just enough that I can get onto a stage like this and meet people and let them hear my message, that it's going to resonate with them. They know the difference in authenticity in somebody that...
Governor Rauner...
No, Mr. Pritzker is not telling the truth again. Mr. Pritzker...
That's just not true.
When he said it, sir,
I have never proposed it.
Clearly, I'm not a polished candidate or politician. I'm just a guy that wants better for my state, and that's resonating every single place that I go. If I meet with two people, I'll meet with two people.
Governor Rauner, on the other hand, that's not the way to solve our state's
problems. Property tax reduction.
We need Governor Rauner.
You should step up to the plate and stop cheating on your taxes.
That is not what Governor Rauner stands for.
I call voters or potential voters as I'm traveling the state. I say, hey, if you want to talk to me, send me your number. And they'll send it to me on Facebook. I answer the messages and I call them.
We have a broken government controlled by his puppet master, Speaker Madigan. And Mr. Pritzker he's used Mike Madigan's law firm. He is part of that system of corruption that Mike Madigan has created for 40 years. Mr. Pritzker.
Let me remind everybody that over the last 4 years, Governor Rauner, Rauner...
We have been losing for decades. Mr. Pritzker's allies, Mr. Madigan and his caucus.
People are so tired, they're fed up. You saw the demonstration that my opponents put on, and they just went back and forth. That is a clear example of what politics has been in our country for entirely too long, and they want different.
Let's remind everybody that Governor Rauner, for 2 years, the damage that Bruce Rauner has done.
If Mr. Pritzker gets in office, there is going to be a giant sucking sound that Mr. Pritzker stands for. Speaker Madigan has been iron fist control of the General Assembly and the Democratic Party for decades. He has been caught, and it took Mr. Pritzker more than a week. Mr. Pritzker has not, and Mr. Pritzker, if he were governor...
I don't even know what $1 billion looks like. I bought my suit at Macy's. I mean, you know, J.B. Pritzker's got over $3 billion that he's worth. They have no clue or understanding what it is to come from where we come from and where we have to work and to strive every single day. I don't have all of the answers.
Governor Rauner hasn't done that as governor.
That's false.
Truthfully, yeah. Governor Rauner said, and Governor Rauner has not...
Governor, let me, please.
This is important. Mr. Pritzker didn't answer your question, Alan, for a reason.
But here's what Governor Rauner's big mistake is.
Long past due for Speaker Madigan to leave. Mr. Pritzker has been silent on all these issues about Mr. Madigan. Yeah, baloney. And Mr. Pritzker has cheated.
You can choose 4 more years of failure
to stop the decades of corruption, unlike what Mr. Pritzker has claimed.
And I've been in the back room with these people, and I can look the people of Illinois in the eye right now and tell you that neither party cares much about me or you, either one. It's all about power. It's about amassing and retaining power. The parties are essentially 2 pyramids side by side with leaders at the top of each pyramid looking to amass power. There's a second level of those pyramids as we work our way down with a half a dozen or so people looking to become that person at the top of the pyramid, and then there's a level below that of people looking to replace the next level and then ultimately get to the top of the pyramid. Lost in all of that is, of course, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, where good public policy is the most important aspect of any government. It comes down to amassing and retaining power.
We can find much more common ground, but it really takes you guys asking good questions, us sitting down together, and, you know, getting past just the partisan BS that we see. I mean, it was just... You know, frankly, it was embarrassing. And I was you know, partially ashamed that I had to stand up there and just watch it and be a part of that. That is the very thing why I'm running, because it's not moving our state forward in a positive way. It's not doing right by our families, because that is all that's happening. We're divided. We are so, so divided.